Welcome back, Suicide Fantasy Football, Week 13, Jim. We're to the wide receivers.
And I'm not talking about Eric on a Friday night.
Who you had, dude? I got my guy. But
go ahaid, you give your guy, because I got a couple guys I want to take your guy.
I got Ryan Broyles, Jim. I've been talking about him for a while. I am a Titus Young hater, and I can finally tell you, part ways with Titus Young and bring in Ryan Broyles.
I got 3 names for you. Because we're going deep, deep, deep here in the leagues right here. You're looking for different things. Who knows who's available in your league? I got 3 names. The first one, I'm going to pick up but not play Plaxico Barrios. Because I think that when the playoffs come back, Big Ben comes through, I think he's going to wind up showing some signs of life.
An end zone target.
In deep leagues, I'm picking him up. For this week coming up right now, I'm picking up Michael Jenkins. I think he's got a good matchup. I think the Vikings are going to do a little bit. I don't love him. I like him in a deep league just for this week. If you need to win this week and you got a wide receiver spot, I think you're going to put him up.
And you like Jenkins over Jarius Wright?
I like Jenkins over Jarius Wright this week. And I like, of course, I like Mohamed Sanu. If he's available, I'd probably be picking him up. I know Hawkins might be coming back, but he's looked pretty good. He's a young kid, 2nd-round pick out of Rutgers. They're going to look to get him more exposure. Andy Dalton's going to need that second wide receiver target. A.J. Green's a beast already, which is going to open up the field for Sanu. So if he's available, I'd pick him up.
Love that. Out of all his guys, Ryan Broyles is better. 6 catches, 126 yards, got 10 targets, and he is going to light it up the rest of the season. All right, who you sitting, Jim?
I'm sitting every Pittsburgh wide receiver. Just like you said, you're sitting every Pittsburgh running back. I'm sitting every Pittsburgh wide receiver. And I'm also sitting Mike Williams from Tampa Bay. Vincent Jackson's really going in there and taking over the #1 role. Dallas Clark's getting more targets than him, so I think I'm sitting Williams for a little bit.
All right, this one's going to be kind of boring, Jim. I am also sitting Mike Wallace. For the same reason you're sitting the whole team.
But you're still playing Sanders?
No. I'm just picking. Of course, you're sitting Sanders if you're sitting Wallace.
Okay.
I just said one. The guy who everyone will be surprised I'm sitting.
Okay, cool. I'm dropping.
If you are too.
I'm dropping Kendall Wright. He's a name that was kind of sexy for a little bit, but I don't really like anybody in there in Tennessee. He was doing some before their bye. He was making 3 weeks in a row, had decent contributing wide receiver numbers,
good targets, good catches.
He's really not anymore. He's made a couple moves in the game that I watched him play, but he's just not getting the targets anymore. Nate Washington, Kenny Britt's getting back into it. Jared Cook got more targets again. I don't like Kendall Wright. And I'm also dropping Kevin Walter if you got him in your league. I'm totally done with anybody.
I'm dropping who you're sitting, Jim. I'm dropping Mike Williams. And now that I think about it, you don't want someone else to pick him up. That's the reason you might not drop him.
Nah, you can still drop him. Don't worry about that.
Because it's Vincent Jackson and it's Dallas Clark and it's LeGarrette Blount. That's it. There's no room there anymore for Mike Williams.
All right.
Who you dropping? Who'd you say?
Kevin Walter and Kendall Wright.
All right, that's what we think at the wide receiver position. Tell us what you think. Eric at SuicideFantasySports.com, Jim at SuicideFantasySports.com. Subscribe to our videos below. On Facebook, we're Suicide Fantasy Football. On Twitter, we're SFF Insider. SuicideFantasyFootball.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, you're a dummy. It's the best way to play fantasy football. It'll keep you going all year. Even when your other fantasy leagues drop off, you'll still be putting in your lineup for Suicide Fantasy.
That's right, it's crunch time for Suicide Fantasy Football.
It's crunch time for everything, Jim. That's your favorite.
No, it's crunch time now in Suicide Fantasy Football.
It is. This is the last 4 weeks that matter.
That's right.